Hey y'all, and welcome back to Doug's Cars. Something a little different for you today. This is my 2015 BMW M4, but it could be your 2015 BMW M4 because it is about to go up for auction on Cars and Bids. I always wonder when Doug DeMuro says that if he's doing the "let's get ready to rumble" guy from WWF with Cars and Bids, or if he's doing 85-year-old Doug DeMuro with Cars and Bids. Anyway, sorry for the humor, Doug. Please don't delist my car. So here it is. This is a mineral gray 2015 M4 with a black interior. I picked this up 3 years ago exactly as a CPO one-owner car locally here in town, and it had a year of warranty left on it and a year of CPO warranty left on it, and it's been an excellent car for me. I've not had to do anything other than fluid changes, things like that. Nothing has broken or failed in any way, shape, or form. It's just ready for me to move on to something else, and it's a great opportunity for you to get a manual M4. Now, according to Nick Murray, who had an M4 a while ago, he's known on YouTube for his 911s and breaking Porsches so much that they've had several that have lemoned out for him. This is a pretty rare color. A lot of them came in like the Yas Marina blue or something, which is more in your face of a color. This is every car is gray now, right? But this is a nice metallic gray with a nice black interior and frameless door windows, which are always fun, and they work, of course, properly. It's got the perfect wheels, the wheels that should be on this car from the factory, and they were, and it's got the carbon fiber roof. So let's take a look around the car, take it for a little drive, and show you the good things and the couple little bad things. There really aren't that many bad things. So let's start off with the bad. Now, again, it's not bad. There's a couple little things in a car that was definitely not my daily driver, but still, there's a little scuff right here. It's the only part of any wheel that has anything on it, unfortunately. It's a two-tone wheel, so it's up to you whether you want to have anything done with that because it's two-tone. And then there's one thing here. There's two little marks right here in the door jamb, which were here when I bought the car. My guess is somebody did something like that, slammed the door on it, and that's just the way it was. Again, it was that way when I purchased the car, and I did not do anything to it. There's a little tiny bit of wear on this driver's side bolster, but otherwise the interior is absolutely in mint condition, as you would expect. Take a look at the gauges here. You can see currently 48,774. Let's go take a look under the hood while the car's running. Again, it's very clean under here, but you can see everything. Low filter housing. I mean, it's got all the correct parts are still here. There's been no damage because it's not been involved in any type of accident or anything. And it's just a clean, honest engine bay that's been maintained. You see all of the decals are still present. And there, it's just come down from the high idle. You can see the driver's door panel is in perfect shape. All the buttons and everything are fine. Obviously everything works. This car has this feature here where it doesn't have the buttons for those options that it doesn't have. I actually retrofitted the rear fog light panel here, as well as the Euro sun visor. So as you can see, the sun visor does not have the airbag sticker on it. So it just makes for a more pleasant interior. You don't have the big orange sticker here because we all know how airbags work, right? They've had airbags since 1972 or something. So steering wheel is all in fine shape. Everything works here, of course. Gauge cluster, everything works fine. Other thing I had retrofitted was the Sirius XM radio. So what Sirius XM in this car is just a coding thing, and you just have to have it coded into the car. It is not something that requires any additional parts to be installed in the vehicle or an antenna or anything like that. It's already all in the car. Of course, AC and all works fine. It does have the full leather interior, which just makes this car. You've got the French deviated stitching everywhere. You've got the M stitching on the steering wheel here. You've got and the leather goes up to the glove compartment. I've got the full owner's manual in here. All of the books that came with the car. All of these, of course, are available online, but you have the original ones all in the original manual book. Of course, you've got your light up 6-speed manual here. And as we're talking about things that light up with M on them, these have actually been replaced They do still light up, of course, but they crack very easily from people sitting in the car, and I had them replaced under warranty because they were both badly cracked. So this had the Harman Kardon stereo system, which was standard in all these, and yeah, everything works fine. It's got, you know, heated seats, which I also believe was standard. Does have the adjustable suspension, which was an option in 2015. So yeah, this is just a really cool car. Why don't we take it out for a little ride, see how it goes. This car is just always such a blast to drive. So much fun to drive this car. I can't believe I'm getting rid of it, but it's going to go to a good home, and someone else is going to have a blast in this car. I just know it. If you've not experienced driving one of these, my personal M button setting for M1, because you have two M settings, of course, in the steering wheel, is I put the engine and exhaust in Sport Plus, so you get the best exhaust note, but I leave the steering and suspension in comfort mode. Now, if you're out on a track or you're doing some, you know, twisty mountain driving or something like that, then maybe you're going to want to do the Sport Plus on all of them, and that's my M2 setting. But for M1, for driving around town, for just cruising, or I use this as a long distance car when I needed to go on a trip somewhere, I would simply leave it in that. It sounds great, it doesn't drone on the highway, and you've got the grip that you need without it being jarring and without the steering wheel being over boosted. Some people thought that these cars were over boosted on Sport Plus in the steering because it is electric steering, but on comfort mode, I mean, I'm moving the car around right now, it feels great. You feel what you're doing, and so that's my suggestion. But you can tell it's quiet in here, there's no rattles. It's, you know, this car was well screwed together new, and at 48,775 miles on it, being a southeastern car, it certainly wasn't ever driven in any inclement weather. When we do have snow here, everything's shut down. I also have a Land Rover, so I never had to drive this anywhere. This has never driven in snow. You couldn't anyway. I don't think you'd go anywhere with these tires on it. And so, yes, it's been in rain, of course, but this really has been a garage queen during my ownership, and I believe, because of how clean the car was when I got it, during the ownership of the initial owner. So my understanding from the time when I purchased this car also is that CPO is something that BMW very rarely does on M cars. I guess because, you know, they're driven hard to put away wet. It's just not something that they're willing to do that on. And as a result, very few M cars. Oh, I'm gonna miss that sound. Yes! Someone, please enjoy this car for me, because I'll probably spend this money on Land Rovers. It's just not gonna be the same. Anyway, M cars don't always get TPO'd like a regular 528 or whatever, so I took that as a vote of satisfaction and confidence in this car from BMW of North America and the dealership, and it has been a flawless car. Now, I've only driven it like 9,000 miles, so there's that, but I've taken it on long trips, I've taken it obviously out of state, and it has just been fantastic. The trunk on this car, as soon as I get back, I'm going to show you, is gigantic, and the seats fold down. The trunk on this car is bigger than in my mom's 530i, and that's saying something because that's a 5 Series. Confluence here, I can actually sit in the back seat of this car. There's a little issue with headroom, but there's legroom back there. I mean, this really is a great GT car, and I quite frankly can't wait to see what this car does next. I'm hoping whoever gets this car has a way to keep in touch via YouTube or Instagram or something like that, because I'd love to see what happens to my M4. Brakes are good. It just sounds amazing, especially when you can go 1, 2, 3 between these stop signs and you don't risk losing your license. As you can see, this side of the car is absolutely pristine. You've got, you know, the extended leather interior onto the door panel. Everything is nice and clean. And if we go into the back, by pulling this, you have this button here that you press and it slides the seat forward, so you have easier access to the back seat, which is actually quite massive. If you've seen any reviews of, say, the 8 series, you can't fit in the back seat, but you can in the 4. You've got your rear seat air conditioning vents. The one thing you have to do is not try to put this seat back without doing this, because what will happen is it will break the sun visor, and I've heard reports of the sun visors being replaced under warranty because people do that and it breaks the mirror in them. But if you do it this way, you're good to go. You can see it even just popped it out. So that is the interior. Let's check out the trunk. Oh, before I forget, one other thing I changed on this car. These are the OEM Euro outer taillights with the proper amber turn signals. I hate cars that they're supposed to have amber turn signals that have red turn signals on them. And so if I can, I replace them. That's just something that is a pet peeve of mine. This is the same light that came with the car, because this doesn't change, but these outer lamp units have been changed. I have the originals that are red, if for some reason you want them. I don't know, hit 35 grand and then you can have them. I'm kidding. I'll throw them in if you want them. If not, I understand. Let's pop the trunk. Of course, it goes up by itself because it's carbon fiber. Yes, this is painted carbon fiber. Here's the, actually I added this too. These are the factory straps and the factory. And of course, we've got all of the tools, both of them. And under here, I've got still unused, of course, the toolkit additions of the pump and the fluid for the tire. You've got a power port here, and then here are the releases to put the back seat down. This trunk is absolutely gigantic. It is, like I said, bigger than my mom's 530i. You could easily go cross country in this car and take everything along with you that you need. I'm gonna miss this car. Let me just look at it. And lest we forget, it doesn't have the ridiculous huge grille in the front like the new ones. I am not replacing this with another M4 because I don't like that front end at all, and it's not going to grow on me. I've heard that so many times. That's not going to happen. All right, well, I hope you all have enjoyed taking a little tour of my car, and I want you to bid early and bid often because this could be yours in like a week. And I will be sad to see this go, but there'll be more fun things coming my way. This will help finance some of those things, so bid that up high so I can buy some more $1,000 Land Rovers. Anyway, thanks y'all so much for watching. If you like my content, please hit subscribe because, you know, it's not just M4s. I bring all kinds of fun stuff to the internet. Thanks again for watching Duck Cars.